Hey, how are you?
We're good. How are you?
Oh, that's quick, Holly. That's good jumping in. Holly's here early today, so she's ready to go. She's like, normally this would be halfway through the show for her.
Not true.
But welcome to the Boone Show on My Pulse Radio. I'm John Boone. That's Holly Harrell. She's the boss lady, makes it all happen. All this equipment would not be here without her. So obviously no show.
We get a lot of support from our community, that's for darn sure.
Thank goodness. And our special guest here tonight for the first time, and the first time we've really had a Honea Path representative here, I think.
I think you're right.
It might be.
No, we had the previous mayor once several years ago.
Okay. Yeah, my memory. Yeah,
it's
I'm just
been a long
too
time.
old. But we've got the current mayor right now, and that is Dr. Jimmy Smith. Welcome.
Great to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to you, the new mayor, just elected earlier this year. And so let's just kick it off with talking about how you got from being born to this point in your life. We only have an hour show. So
yeah, let's keep it. We'll keep it short.
But what's really cool, I think, is you've been born and raised Honea Path, right?
That's
your
right.
Entire life.
Yeah, entire life.
So
wow.
Talk about growing up in this area and why you've stuck with it here.
Well, I stuck with it because I loved the community, and I went to school, graduate BHP. I went to Clemson University.
That's a good sign.
Yeah,
okay.
got a BS in pre-med, and then got a Master of Science in Nutrition, and actually did my studies in my master's in fetal alcohol syndrome.
Oh my gosh!
And then went from there to the Medical University of South Carolina. Got my MD from there, and then did my residency in family medicine at back then was Anderson Memorial Hospital.
Mm-hmm. Which is now ANMED.
Which is now ANMED, that's correct. And then I went from there to practice in Honea Path. Spent 42 years in practice in Honea Path.
So were you connected with a hospital in Honea Path?
Yes. In fact, my practice was the first one that the hospital bought.
That's kind of cool. And that would have been 40-some-odd years ago.
40, yeah, well, not quite that. It was probably 30-something years ago.
Wow.
Wow.
That is really neat.
Yeah, I'd gone from, I had a partner when we started, and then he left. I had a hard time recruiting people just because they don't want to come to a small town, and they don't want to see 100 patients a day.
Yeah.
And so we would get people, and they would leave. And anyway, for a long time, I was the only doctor in town.
Oh, wow.
When I came into practice there was I was the fourth physician in town. And but the other two were older, and they retired, and one died, and shortly after retired. But it's been a real pleasant experience for the most part. Family practice is a good area to go into if anybody's interested in medicine.
Because you get to choose that, right? You don't have to do that, right?
No, you choose it. And in fact, when I was in medical school, they tried their darndest to get me to go into cardiology.
Oh, wow.
But no, I wanted to come back to Honea Path and practice, and so I stuck with that and never looked back at all. And, of course, had offers to go other places to practice medicine as well, but I just loved Honea Path so that I felt I wanted to come back and contribute.
Sure. I bet you touched 80% of the people who lived in Honea Path in the last 40 years.
A lot. Family medicine takes people from the cradle to the grave.
That's right. So you delivered some babies.
Well, I delivered babies. My last baby I delivered was actually my niece.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, and that was the last one I delivered, and but I was still a resident then.
Gotcha.
But once we got into private practice, we elected not to do OB.
Right. Very cool.
So, but took care of a lot of newborns.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And back in those days, we did our own hospital admissions. We took care of everybody. We'd admit our own patients and made house calls.
Wow.
Tell me a little bit about, you mentioned the fetal alcohol syndrome. You studied that. What did you learn?
Well, it's a devastating disease to the newborn. It affects their mental capacity throughout life, and a lot of also a lot of medical issues such as seizure disorders and some different things like that. A lot of gastrointestinal problems from birth, a lot of cardiac problems from birth. So I was on the early end of that study and learned a lot. But I laughed and told somebody I used to ask me what I did. I said, we used to keep a lot of rats drunk.
To do the study.
So you again chose that. That's
Yes,
something you didn't
that's
have to
something I
choose.
chose, yes.
Wow.
Gotcha.
That's interesting though, and yeah, big problem, and I'm sure that has helped you in your practice, just knowing things along those lines. But that isn't the only thing you've done for the last 40 years or so.
No.
Also been a fire chief.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
wow.
I was a firefighter for 53 years.
Oh, wow.
I was the first 18-year-old that the town ever put on as a firefighter, volunteer firefighter in those times.
Wow.
And then I was the fire chief for 32 years when I retired,
So you were a medical doctor and a fire chief.
and a fire chief.
At the same time, must be some stories there, right? You probably got called to
yes,
fires while you're
Well,
being a
yeah,
doctor.
it was quite interesting some of those times. But yeah, back in those days we were all volunteer, and the pager would go off, and I always had my nurses to look around. They'd say yes or no. If it was yes, I was all right to leave. If it was no, I had some urgent or critical there in the office, and I couldn't leave. So, but I left a lot of times, and I think I've been forgiven by most people. I left sitting on the table waiting on me to get back. And in fact, one day I asked somebody, said they were fussing about me leaving. And I said, well, listen, if your house had been on fire,
Yeah,
you want me to
exactly.
stay here or you want me to go to your house?
That's right.
And so they changed their mind real quick.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
and saved a lot of lives by leaving. We used to answer cardiac arrest calls, and I'd go out and,
Sure.
and work them. And times I'd even get on the ambulance back in those days, didn't have paramedics, and get on the ambulance and work them, go
Yeah.
into the hospital. And some interesting stories.
So you just have a service heart.
Yes.
And what busy careers. I mean, a doctor
Yeah.
and a firefighter.
Right.
And that was, I read somewhere that's what you wanted to do from the beginning. You set out to be a doctor and a firefighter.
When I was 3 years old, I used to tell people, I'd ask kids, what do you want to do? I said, well, I want to be a doctor and a fire chief. And I was 3. So
And you
I
accomplished both.
accomplished
of those.
both.
So now you've retired from being a doctor.
Yes, I've been retired 1 year.
And what about fire chief?
When I got elected mayor, I retired from being the fire chief.
So that's less than a year.
That's 2 months.
That's 2 months. And so now all you do is one job,
I'm
which
the
is
mayor.
mayor.
That is it.
So in 2 months, do you like it?
Yes.
Do you regret all the other stuff that you did?
No.
Okay.
No regrets. No regrets.
That's good.
Must
That's
be,
good.
Must be. That sure is shifting gears, though.
Well, it's just usual for me.
I mean, that's more. I mean, you're looking at politics, right? So there's no politics in medicine, right? It's either
No
I'm gonna
politics
give you this
in
drug
medicine,
or not
but-
give you this. Treat you
But
this
I'll
way.
tell you this:
Firefighting
the
either.
best
Yeah.
politician in the city is the fire chief.
There you go.
I could see that.
And I grew up in it. My granddaddy Guest was a long-time firefighter, and he served several terms on city council, and he also was the mayor for a while. And I felt like when I was a kid, I'd spent a lot of time with him, and it seemed like I just grew up around the city hall and around the fire station. So I've learned a lot over the years. Some things I probably shouldn't have learned.
So wait a minute. Are you related to Michael Guest, who works here?
Yeah,
in the firefighting department?
Michael is a first cousin. Yes.
There you go.
Ah,
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
Very
how
cool.
Michael got started.
very
about that?
cool.
Yes.
So yeah, you're one of few people that gets to actually live out their dream from a very early age. 3, that's pretty good. To have things figured out
Yes.
and actually do it.
Yeah.
In fact, I had a uncle, an aunt that lived in Greer, and he was downtown Greer. Back in those days, Greer wasn't a whole lot bigger than Honea Path or something, Williamston, Belton, some of those places. And anyway, I'd go visit him. Well, he would take me around to meet the fire chief, and I got to know him pretty good because every time we'd go up there, I'd slip off and go around. It was about a block around the corner to the fire station. So we had a 50th anniversary for the State Fire Chiefs Association, and they brought all the old living fire chiefs there to the conference. Well, Chief Colvin from Greer was there, and I went up and introduced myself, and he just laughed. And I said, "Well, Chief, what are you laughing about?" He said, "Well," so you overachieved. So when you were little, you used to come around and tell me you were the assistant chief at Honey Bath. I said, "Here you are, the chief." So he said, "You overachieved."
Aww.
So
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Very
We're
cool.
going to dive into the whole mayor thing in just a minute in our next segment. But before you became mayor, you also got a big award, the Order of the Palmetto.
yes,
Oh,
And
that is
a lot of times that goes to
huge
public
award.
service people, while they're mayor or such.
Yes.
You got it before you were mayor.
Wow.
Tell us
yes.
about that. And that was a
quite
surprise,
the-
wasn't
that
it?
was quite the surprise. I was very honored by that. That happened. They gave it to him. They retired from the office. I'd worked that morning, saw patients until 12 o'clock, and they had a surprise get together for me, and then presented me with that.
That's
Senator,
huge.
Senator Mike Gamble presented that to me.
That's huge. I
That
mean, it
is.
takes everybody's buy-in to make that happen. That means you had to make an impact not just in Honea Path, but across the state. So you must have been involved in a lot of things.
I've served on a lot of committees,
Yeah.
medical-wise and firefighter-wise, through the Firefighters Association and the State Fire Chiefs Association.
Yeah.
Done a lot, served a lot of committees, met a lot of friends, and hopefully made an impact. At one point, I was a firefighter instructor, and the guy I used to team up and teach with, we would teach from Oconee County all the way down to McCormick County.
Yep.
And it was quite the time to teach those fellas. And but like I say, met a lot of people, and I have a lot of people now that are professional or full-time firefighters. They tell me, said, "You don't remember me probably." Said, "You taught me my basic firefighting course." And
How cool is that?
so,
Wow.
but I've also done a lot of teaching through the medical part, teaching nurse practitioner students as
Yep.
well as residents
Yeah.
and medical students.
Very cool.
In fact, when I retired, I was on the adjunct clinical faculty at MUSC.
Oh, wow. So you've given all your life.
He sure has. Public
well,
service.
It doesn't seem like it. It's just just what I was put here to do.
And why, after these long careers that you had in these two areas that you love so much, and I know you're going to say you loved Honey Path too, but why mayor now?
Well, the previous mayor, he had 2 years left, well, a little more than 2 years left on his term, and he teaches at Greenville Tech, and he just got to the position where they would just kind of own him about wanting to advance higher up the chain there, and he just wouldn't have time to do the mayor's job in that, and so I kind of helped him along the way. Right toward the end, he wanted me to help him kind of when he wasn't there to make sure the city was running the way that he wanted it to run. And so I kind of jumped in and helped him do that. And then when he finally just said it's just too much, and I said, well, you've done all you can. And so that's the reason I decided now is the time to run.
Yeah. Okay. And he got elected in a landslide.
I
Now,
heard.
it's a small town, but everybody was behind him. That had to feel good. Like 80% of the people.
80% of the votes that were cast.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
got to really make you feel good going into that
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
But of course, everybody knew who he was, and he was
Right.
helping the mayor.
Well,
anyway,
he's delivered.
So, yeah, he's
and
delivered
took care,
them.
To deliver
He's
them, took
taking
care
care
of
of them.
them. Yes.
He's kept their houses standing and not
That's
burning down. So I mean, why not? Why not be mayor?
He's protected them all these years.
All right, we'll talk more with Jimmy Smith coming up on the Boone Show, My Pulse Radio. Yes, they are. Make sure you hear Danica's show tomorrow at, 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock, yes. 1 o'clock, right here on My Pulse Radio, in the middle. Yes.
So quiet.
All right, we're back on the Boone Show talking to Dr. Jimmy Smith, the mayor of Honea, and of course, longtime doctor, longtime fire chief. Oh, by the way, when you were a fire chief, I hear you were a pretty good cook too.
Well, I did assist some. I'm not going to brag a lot about my cooking, but when you hang around the firehouse enough, and when you and your wife both are working in medicine, you have to assist and do things. So, yeah, I've done my share.
Yeah, my father-in-law was a fireman, and he was known for that.
Oh, yes.
Because after a long night shift or something, he'd be the one making up the big pots of whatever they had that day, and it was always really good stuff.
Maybe not good for you, but it's always
yeah,
good.
yeah, but it's always good taste.
Right.
All right, to continue here, tell us a little bit about your family.
Yeah, because you mentioned your wife.
Yeah.
And your cousin.
And your cousin.
Yeah. There was a lot in between, but then my wife and I, we have 4 sons, all adult, and we have 5 grandchildren. And have no grandchildren living in Honea right now. Everybody's kind of grown their own way.
Are they close? Is your 4 children close?
Well, one next who still lives right close to town. He works for the town, as a matter of fact. And he's the public works supervisor.
Okay.
And then the next son is he's the head trainer at North Carolina State football.
Okay.
Ah.
So a lot of people in town, they say, "Oh, we watched North Carolina State on TV," and say, well, "We saw Justin." So, and then I have another son who is in Charleston. He's a veterinarian technician. He has one child, and then Brandon, who's the youngest, he was a firefighter, captain at the City of Greenville Fire, and he retired. And his wife had a lot of kin people in Alabama, so they moved to Alabama about 6 months ago.
Okay.
So it's been kind of an adjustment because they had 2 children, and because one he's fixing to graduate from high school, so he didn't move with them. He stayed behind. But the youngest one of his, he's one you really miss. He was every day there, and would actually, I think he would have lived with us for a while.
That's cool.
But,
Very cool.
So that's the makeup of our family,
The
and
kids are following in their parents' footsteps.
Yeah, sounds like it.
yeah.
And your wife, what did she do?
she was a nurse.
Okay.
She was
So
a nurse.
she was your nurse?
She was my nurse.
Very
And
cool.
in fact, when I had my own practice, she actually ran the office
Oh, wow.
and nurse.
So is that how y'all met?
Yes.
Oh,
So she was your nurse.
Yes.
And you were single. She was single.
Yeah.
And the 2 of you just said,
Yeah.
Holly. Well, that's nice. How many years have you been married?
We have been married now 33, 34.
holy cow.
Yeah.
A long dang time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
That is cool. So, and one other thing before we move on to the mayor thing was I know that you've been known for getting the fire safety programs out there. And I
Yes.
know Michael does a good job with that
he
here,
does.
going out to the elementary school. So that another point of what you did that's complimentary to everything else is, letting people know about fire safety. Sometimes everybody just takes it for granted or thinks it's never going to happen to them.
That's right.
It's good to know.
That's right. I remember the first fire prevention program we ever did at Honea was in 1970, 71, 72, 73, somewhere along in there. And we didn't have enough money because we were small. We were a volunteer fire department. And of course, the city supported us, but we didn't have anything for fire safety education in the budget. And so this guy that ran the local printing office there, we got some brochures that were sent to us as like samples. You want to buy these. So we got on his printing press one night. We printed up a bunch of those things and took them to the school and did our first fire prevention program.
Oh,
And,
very neat.
But it's always interesting, especially the 4 and 5 years old. you ask anybody they have any questions, they want to tell you something. It's not a question; they're going to tell you something. So it's all good, and I think we made a lot of difference. We've been real aggressive with things in town. Honea Pass been real aggressive with fire prevention. We had 3 in one family that burned to death in a house fire one night, and I said, "Well, that's enough." It was a rental house, and I said, we were tired of this. So we went to the council, and we drafted an ordinance, and where rental property had to be inspected before it's occupied, and that passed. And it requires smoke detectors, and just a good safety check of the house. And knock on wood, since we've done that, and that's been 15 years ago now, we've had no fatalities.
Wow.
That's
great.
impact right there.
That's the importance
That's
of
what
doing
you
it.
see.
And smoke detectors save lives.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke detectors save lives. I'd like to get that out every chance I get.
And one went off at my my son's apartment last night, but nothing serious. It's just smoke detectors also tell you when you can't cook right.
That's great.
Because he was
That is
burning
true.
something on the stove.
That's right.
Had to have all the windows open and the fans going. Oof.
That's right.
Thank goodness for smoke detectors.
That's right.
Yes. Talk a little bit about your leadership style, because now you're mayor, and you've been in these important positions before. How do you take that into being a
Well,
mayor?
my style is an open door policy. I don't care who you are or what your problem is, how big or how small it is. If you come by my office, my door is open. Come in, and we sit down and talk it. I'll take notes and try to help them as we can. If we can't, I'll let them know that too.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my style of dealing with problems, and is to have an open door policy. And I also am real stern on adhering and enforcing the city codes and ordinances and the laws.
Yeah.
In fact, I told our police chief that and all our policemen that I'm not going to interfere with what y'all do, but I expect you to do community policing. Common sense policing, be hard on drugs, hard on violent crime. Let's keep our streets safe and make Honea Pass a better place, and a place that people want to raise their families in and want to move to.
Right. Right.
So we've been pretty successful for that in the last 2 months.
Yeah, it's got to be consistent, right? Because if you loosen up on anything, that's the beginning of the downfall.
That's
right.
right.
And if I go by the ordinances, and you come to me and ask something, I can tell you what I can do with what the ordinance says.
Right.
And if Holly comes to me about the same problem, then I tell her the same thing.
That's
It's
right.
not showing favoritism.
Right,
It's
right.
just
It's consistency.
being consistent. And then I have just an open, I don't expect people to have to FOIA your information from us. You come and ask me, I'm going to take you around there and show you.
That's right. That's right.
It's just open government, and that's just the way I like to have it done. No secrets.
Yeah. And one thing I noticed too, and you mentioned it earlier, is you like to get other people involved. Like, it's not just you, it's
That's right.
hearing from everybody. You have the open door. You love to
That's right.
network and get involved with what other people have to say, local businesses, local council members, all that stuff.
Yes, I instituted. We've always had committees within the council, but I actually make my committee members work.
Uh-huh.
They have to get together. If something comes up that involves that committee, they're meeting and making decisions on it along with me.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
All right. Well, it looks like you can take a breath, Dr. Smith, Jimmy, Doc. He gets called by so many names.
Oh, I bet.
A lot of them are Doc because, they know him from that. You ever get asked a lot on the sidewalk for medical advice these
Still,
days?
yeah. I even have people come into my mayor's
this?
office.
What's this?
That's right.
What do I do about this?
Every day.
We have Zach on the line, Zach Howard, our sports guy, a very biased sports guy. That's what we need to call him now, the very biased sports guy. But, heck, it gives us some levity. Zach, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I know you have a big, before you go on about how bad my team is and how Clemson finally got a win, I want you to.
Hold on now.
What?
Hold on now. Well, you talking about how bad your team is? Talk about how bad my team looks. All right. Now,
But hey, you got another 1-4 team this week. You should win again, right?
Yeah, exactly. And y'all got another National League East championship and choke again in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, that's why they got to give out rings, because they're never going to get any further than that.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. I didn't even watch much of the game last night.
The Braves will be right there, sitting right next to y'all on the couch. So
That's the only team we can seem to beat in the playoffs is the Braves, and you weren't there this year, so they're
exactly.
Phillies are folding.
We looked. Clemson looked a lot better on Saturday. I know the team that they played was kind of Troy's better than they are.
Hey, Zach, let me tell you this. I could have thrown a touchdown pass to you, and you would have been untouched going into the end zone. That defense was horrible.
We could have gave the ball to Holly, and she could have run in.
Hey!
Yeah, Holly was a fullback back when.
As running back.
Yeah,
Look,
she's tough.
I feel like we have 2 wins this year: bye week and last week.
Well, don't forget Troy.
Well, people were talking about how bad North Carolina was, and Clemson played against a bad team. But let me tell you something. Of course, I wasn't at the game. Holly was. That wasn't the same Clemson team.
Holly wasn't at the game.
Against
She was
Troy.
just tailgating.
That wasn't the same Clemson team that played against Troy. And I know that bad defense is this, but that just builds a team's confidence.
Well, what the big confidence was starting out with the play that they did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
right away, because what have they've had problems starting out games this year, and right away they go the trick play, touchdown.
I'm always for. Well, it's always bit me in the rear end. I always one of those. Oh, that game's over now. Well, that's always come back to bite me in the rear end because my dad's always like, still got a lot of football to play. Well, pretty much the game was over then. But we're going to move to high school football. You take Wren, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never thought in a million years they would have beat an undefeated Woodruff team, and they did last week. And I didn't go to the game because no, it was not last week. It was 2 weeks ago. And then they beat Emerald in first place in the region this week. But I
nice
did not
comeback.
Get to go. But Lord willing, I'll be there this week watching them play Fountain Inn. And Fountain Inn's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Well, we'll see. That's why you spot the ball. That's why you play the game. And Boston College is like what South Carolina's Vanderbilt or South Carolina's Kentucky. You never know what Clemson team you're going to get when they play Boston College, no matter if it's there,
especially
matter if
when it's up there.
Yeah.
You going, Holly?
No.
Have you ever made that trip up there?
Several times.
Oh man, I want to go.
It is an awesome trip, and their stadium's like in the middle of a neighborhood, literally.
That's on my bucket list for sure.
Yeah, you definitely need to go.
List for sure. So, but yeah, I'm planning to go. I was going to go to. I know I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, but that was going to be my road trip this year was North Carolina, but my dad and I is flying out to Dallas November the 1st to see the Cowboys play.
Yeah, that's awesome.
On his bucket list, so we're going to get to check that off his list. It's kind of like Notre Dame. The Cowboy fans have. It's kind of like Notre Dame in college. You either love them or you hate them. So my dad and Tiffany's dad pulls for them. So I guess me and her is on the bandwagon when it comes to the Cowboys.
Tiffany is on the bandwagon?
Yeah, she was she at. We was actually talking today. She loves Travis Etienne. Of course, I think C.J. Spiller is the best running back that ever put a Clemson jersey on. And people try to argue with me, but that's fine. I have my opinion. And Braves also have won a World Series since the Phillies here in the 2000s.
Why did that get thrown into the middle of the conversation?
But she loves Etienne because she always liked being at the games. And when Dale Gilbert, there's a big play, Travis Etienne, and she always loved that. And she said, "Wait a minute, Travis just tells you how much she knows about sports." We was watching the game last night. She said, "Wait a minute, Travis Etienne's on the Jaguars." I'm like, "Yeah, babe, yeah, he is, and he's like been there for 5 years." Well, that just goes to show you how much I know. I said, "I know. You need to little less TikToking and more sports. Let's go now."
He was hurt for a while, so I mean,
But
But they look good
but I
last
do.
night. Jaguars off to a good start.
They are. They are. Whenever you're playing the Chiefs, you're also playing the guys in the strike.
Exactly.
So, but I was glad to see them get that win. Now, I don't really watch a whole lot of professional football, but I stayed up and watched that one last night. So I watched it instead of watching Monday Night Raw. Can you believe that?
I don't believe that at all.
I'm actually watching.
Isn't there a
Monday Night Raw
pay-per-view
right
this
now, but I've
coming
got
weekend?
Do what now?
Isn't there a pay-per-view this coming weekend?
There is.
And you didn't even watch
the.
the show leading up to it?
Well, I've actually got it on my TV. Right
Oh,
now.
you're going to watch it. Okay. all
There
right.
was something else more important that I had to get to at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes, tell
So I had
everybody.
to pause it. So, but do you know that it's in Perth, Australia, Saturday, and it comes on at 8 o'clock in the morning? So they're going to be there all weekend, and so Monday Night Raw will be there as well, and it's going to come on at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, there you go. You can watch it in the
yeah.
truck.
So I guess, yeah, I can see that now. Yeah, I can see. I need another traffic jam is what I need, just not a 5-hour-long traffic jam.
Yeah.
So, but before I hang up, listen, she's not listening. She wasn't able to listen. I tried to get her to, but I want to wish Tiffany a happy anniversary tomorrow. Tomorrow, if she puts up with me from now till midnight tonight, we will be together 14 years officially.
That is awesome.
Sweet.
You guys are getting old.
So, yeah, we are.
What does that tell for you,
we
Mr.
went-
Boone?
Yeah,
We went and celebrated. On Friday downtown Greenville a little bit, and enjoyed ourselves. Got away from reality and focused on each other for just a little while. So I put up with a lot. So y'all think about
I'm
me.
sure
and
you
keep me in
do,
prayer.
compared to what she puts up with.
I put up with a lot.
Yeah.
So, but,
Yeah. Well, happy anniversary.
well, I appreciate it. Yeah, we celebrate 9 years married in April, and then 10 years in 27. So best thing that's ever happened to me, besides Clemson's 2 national championships. Best thing that's ever happened
Wow.
to me.
Besides
Something. Let me tell you, I would not be who I am today without her, and I wouldn't have half the stuff I have without her, just because of how they say you always got a spender and you got a saver. I'm the spender and she's the saver.
Well, maybe the
So-
savior, too.
Yeah, the savior too. Yeah. So,
And remember, Zach,
I don't-
as much
I
as
don't
you
wanna-
pick on me, you wouldn't be together if it wasn't for me.
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
saved
That's
your
a true
relationship.
statement.
She
know,
came to me
man.
one day and says, I don't know if I can stick with this guy. And I'm like, give him a chance.
Yeah. I'll never forget that. I walked. Cause you had me first, and then you had her, right? But you had her every day, correct?
Yeah.
Did you have her every day? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Bless your heart. So, but yeah, we're gonna have to maybe one day it'll work out where she's off on Wednesdays, but maybe she can switch up her day and we can come in for a show.
Yeah,
maybe
you
one
should.
day.
Absolutely.
On
We'd
Wednesday.
love to have you.
We have shows on Tuesdays, Zach.
Yeah, well, she
He's
can
gonna
switch up her
take
day.
off.
That's good.
Oh,
thing
you
about her
mean
schedule.
switch to a Wednesday. Okay, I got you.
No,
Thank
I'm
you,
talking
Holly.
about her day.
That's
See, she
I know.
works
I
for-
understand. I understand
Yeah,
now.
yeah, but I mean, if you want to switch up, your show just for me, that would make me feel fantastic.
Yeah,
you know.
would it? Well, we might do that someday. Someday.
But no, that is the good thing. If we go like out of town for the weekend, she can work Monday through Thursday, and because she's off on Wednesdays, and just switch from Wednesday to Friday, and she don't have to use a vacation day.
There you go.
So
Smart way to
it's
do
nice.
it.
So it must be nice.
Hey, just
So-
don't take your weekends away. Don't go to Gatlinburg right now.
Yeah.
Have you seen what's
Oh.
going on up there?
What's
I
going
have
on
not.
in Gatlinburg?
I have not. She is pigeon forged out. Let me tell you.
Oh,
she
that's
went
good,
so much
that's
as a
good.
kid. She went. We have been together 14 years. We will be married 9 in April, and I want to say just the two of us. We have been twice, just the two of us.
Oh, but you've gone a lot with your family, though.
But yeah, we do go a lot with our family. But every Thanksgiving, I think she can tell you probably 10 or 11, at least 10 years. They went on Thanksgiving every Thanksgiving, 2 Pigeon Forge every year,
Oh.
Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay.
So she said, honey, that's when we went on a cruise for our honeymoon. And
Ah.
she said, honey, because I want to go to Pigeon Forge. She said, honey, I am Pigeon Forged out. So
There you go.
anyway, but that's why we've been married so long, because I ain't been going to Pigeon Forge with her.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but anyway, well, listen, y'all
Well, take
have
her
a-
someplace
y'all have a good
nice
rest-
for your little anniversary.
He did Friday.
Do it again. I'm not
Do what
gonna
now?
say. Just treat her well, would you?
Yeah, I try to. I try to. You know, I put up with a lot.
Told you it's been a stressful
I put up with a lot. I put up with a lot through this entire relationship, and
Yeah.
y'all don't know what I go through.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't
not only
believe
do I
that.
have her telling me what to do. I've got a 2-year-old telling me what
Oh
to do.
yeah.
Have
Well,
y'all
I've
not
been
seen
there,
the
done
pictures?
that. Yeah.
Have y'all not seen the pictures on Facebook of
Yes.
my 2-year-old?
I have. I
Yes.
can't believe
Yes.
she's
She's
two
adorable.
already.
I mean, I had to go get a dog. I had to go get a dog that says Happy Halloween, and every time, and set it up, because I've got a Clemson football inflatable helmet out here, and set it up and have to have it blowing up every morning when she leaves, and every afternoon when Tiffany backs up the driveway, she has to roll down the window, and it's dog, and every time she gets out, she's got to go down and see the dog. So yeah, she runs she runs our house.
You are well
Ryan,
trained.
run by to
You're
you.
well trained.
Savor
got that
that
right.
because it's going to go away
go by
so
fast.
quick.
Oh
Yeah.
oh yeah. Carson is growing like a weed.
That's right.
So, hey, like I tell Tiffany, and I'll let y'all go after this. Like I tell Tiffany, listen. I just say, look, one down, one to go, and Carson. They say you pay child support up till they're 18. So Carson is 5. So I've got 13 years left for her, and I've got 16
Look at you
left for
counting
him.
down the days. Don't do that. You got to enjoy
Do
this.
not.
So I do that to her all the time. So, well, listen, y'all take care.
You too.
And, we'll talk to you next time.
All right.
See
Take care, Zach.
He is a
Counting down the
mess.
days till they're 18.
He is a mess.
Let me tell you, they get more expensive after they're 18.
Well, they
When
get,
they're trying to get
I
out on
agree
their
too.
own and everything.
I
Yeah,
agree with
look out.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
It doesn't end. It doesn't end at 18. All right. Did you enjoy that, Jimmy?
Yes.
Okay. He's
Very informative.
He's
He
one
is
of a
a
kind.
mess.
He came on to do sports and spent 10 minutes talking about his relationship. But that's good. I had them both in class. That's what he was referring to. They're media broadcasting grads. I have another couple from class going to the altar very soon too, from
Really?
several years ago.
Oh.
Don't ask me their names.
Okay.
But I saw it on Facebook, and so we've had a lot of connections in our class. That's why they weren't getting work done, I guess. But let's continue with, they're too worried about that. Dr. Jimmy Smith is the mayor of Honea, and we've just gotten started on the mayor part of it. Obviously, a big job is to, promote the town, make it better than what it is. That's what a mayor does, right? And takes care of everybody. Well, a few different categories we want to hit here. First off, the economic development of the town, attracting new businesses and jobs, and by that expanding the population, the tax base, all of those things. What can you tell us about that?
Well, we're actively doing that. I spend a portion of every morning talking with developers and selling Honea, and it's paying off so far. And right now we have a big push to revitalize our downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And a key piece of that is our old town hall. It was built in 1930.
Wow.
And it's a classic municipal building. And we've been out of that building now about 15, 16 years. And it's just gotten into disrepair. So my goal is, and we're searching for grants, and we're getting the building stabilized now. And we're going to try to move town hall back downtown. And that puts a lot of foot traffic there for the merchants downtown. Then we have a lot of buildings that need to be revitalized, and we're going to start working on that. Since we're working on our building, we get other people to work on theirs. So we're doing that to promote some new businesses, and also want to support our old businesses. We can't forget them.
Sure.
We have to be supportive of them and keep them going. And of course, with business growth, it helps to grow your residential growth. And I think Honea, where we sit, we're perfect for I call it a bedroom community. We can be we're 30 miles from downtown Greenville. We're 25 miles from downtown Greenwood, 18 miles to downtown Anderson, and about 22 miles to Abbeville. So Honea, the post office there serves 4 counties.
Very cool.
So it puts us in a good geographic location. We have an excellent school system. The city has excellent services, so it's just a good place to have your family grow and develop there in Honea. So we're wide open. The county has put a moratorium on house building, and I think it's going to last. I'm going to be surprised if it lasts 6 months till they get some zoning ordinances and stuff worked up. But I want everybody to know that the municipalities are still open to growth. We're not restricted by that moratorium.
Right.
So if anybody listening and they're a developer, come talk to me.
Now,
We'll be glad to.
You've
put
got
you
a
in.
couple of businesses coming, like in the works?
Oh, we have, yes, we have some stuff in the works.
Something you can talk about?
Nothing I can talk about
That's
right
about-
now.
okay.
It's not to that point.
Fair enough.
You know, I don't like to talk about it till I see them moving dirt.
That's right. That's
'Cause
right.
a lot of things can happen.
That's right.
But we have had some good, productive meetings
Good.
with two people.
Well, good. Good.
That's
So-
great. And you talk about the infrastructure. Well, town hall's almost 100 years old, but there's a lot of things that need to be worked on within the town, like sewer lines.
Yeah, we've
how do you get
we've gotten grants. We did just finished a $7 million upgrade on our sewer and water system, and so that's helped. A lot of the sewer lines have been in the ground for 100 years. A lot of the water mains have been in there for about that long.
And people don't see that.
Yeah,
No, that's
that's
under the
the
ground.
thing, and it costs a lot
Right?
of
It
money.
costs a
if
lot of money, and people
they,
don't
they,
see
they
that.
go and they cut that spigot on, as long as they get water, they're all right.
That's right.
They don't
Or
worry about where the water comes from, and they sure don't worry about where it goes.
goes. That's right. That's
And
right.
so that's a big thing, and of course roads.
And that's the other thing.
You know, the county came up years ago and they said, well, we don't have there's no county roads in the cities.
So you have no county roads in your city.
Well, the county built the roads. The city didn't build the roads, but they decided they wasn't going to fund municipal roads anymore.
so that
So that's
means-
been a thing. So there's a thing called the C Fund. It's funds that you get from the state, and they're allocated through the Anderson County Transportation Committee, and you have to put in. But that's a long process. But roads, that's an important part of the infrastructure. We have an important referendum coming up in November about the 1% sales tax, and I'm not going to sit here and tout it either way, but I just want people to get out and vote. But I will say this: it sure would make it easier for all the cities if that passed.
Another thing you go ahead, Holly.
I was going to talk about fiber.
Yeah.
Because fiber and making sure people have internet and access to
Yes.
internet.
We have there's a new company coming there. It's Western Carolina, and they are all over town now. And I understand they provide good service. So, of course, we're still served by Spectrum and of course AT&T. But everybody's going crazy over West Carolina now.
Well, good. Well, good.
Yeah, that is good. Because that's important, and we see that in just with school.
That's right.
With the kids being able to access internet.
That's very
Especially when
important
the
now.
hurricane hit. That
Yeah.
was
Yes.
huge.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
So that's good. They're getting fiber. How about affordable housing has been one thing you've talked about in your campaigns
Yes.
a little bit. Give us your views on getting that.
Yes, we support affordable housing. We have two relative new large apartment complexes that have been built there in town. We'd like to get some more. But you have to serve all kind of people. You can't just cater to the upper echelon of people. You got to cater to the less fortunate people too, and the people that don't have as much. And a lot of these people, they work every day, but they just can't get ahead to own their own home, and so I think you have to have stuff and be ready for them because they're citizens as well.
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead. We keep cutting each other
I
off.
know it.
Go ahead.
The Shakola Mill area. Y'all
Yes.
had a lot of work done on that.
A lot more to be done. We are waiting now. We've cleared the last hurdle through the federal government, and we got an email that about a month ago that we have cleared the last part for them, and now the state through DHEC, they're doing their last check of everything, and it should go by easily now. And I know everybody gets tired of hearing this because I'm tired of hearing it. But I know for 20 years or longer that
Right.
mill has just been in disrepair, and it's been like a cancer that's sitting there. And
That's right.
and you got to get rid of it. And when we get that done, which I think is going to happen soon, when we get that done, we'll be meeting with the community and getting their input of what they want to see there. We want to see something there that's going to contribute to the tax base
That's right.
and something that can serve the citizens. And it could be some housing. It could be some other, and I'm not ruling out putting some other type of small industry there. So you just have to wait and see
That's right.
what comes up.
Another thing, obviously close to your heart, is healthcare and
Yes.
improving healthcare access.
Yes, everybody, there's just a health care shortage. I don't care where you live. And I hear it all the time. Well, God, since you retired, we can't get into the doctor's office. And, because I would start seeing patients at 7 o'clock in the morning and work as long as it took to get people seen. But nowadays, it's just a different culture. Nobody wants to work that much, and they want to see what they're obligated to do. And so it's just hard to get in. But we're fortunate to have AMED in Honea Path, and I'd like to work with them to develop some more things. I'd like to see us to have an urgent care in the area. I'd like to see them have a clinic built where they can have specialists come in and let them rotate, and like cardiologists or surgeons, or keep our older people from having to drive all the way to Anderson for their follow-up and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that's kind of a plan.
That's a great
that
idea.
we're going to talk with. And of course, on everybody's mind is we don't have enough mental health care. And so we'll work with them and talk with them, and have some other health care providers also are interested in talking with us. So we'll see where that goes, but that's part of my economic development plan.
Yeah. So where do they go for the nearest urgent care right now?
It's Anderson.
Yeah, that'd be great. Not just for Honea Path, but some of
No.
the other
Yes.
towns in
Yes,
the area.
surrounding areas.
Yeah, need something down there.
Absolutely.
All right. If you could give kind of a life lesson that you've learned, as well as some advice to somebody that might be entering public service, you've been in it your entire life. What's a life lesson you can share?
Well, number one thing, you go into it, it's not for what you're going to get out of it. You do what you can do for everybody else.
That's right.
That's the
That's
number
a
one
good
thing.
public servant right there.
Absolutely.
You're not, like I say, you're not what you're going to gain. And you go into it to work tirelessly for the people.
Yeah.
And there's times you have to put, you've had to put your family in the background. I don't know how many times I missed Christmas dinner because of going to a fire. And so there's times
But you
just have to
probably
miss
saved a
something like that.
lot of people.
Well, yes, and I hope we have over the time.
That's right.
That's been the goal. And you can't. It's got to be selfless dedication. That's what I would tell anybody who wants to go into medicine, into the law enforcement, fire service, emergency medical service. It's got to be that type of service, or you're not going to be happy with
Right.
That's right. So is this mayor gig a full-time job?
it. Yes, it is. That's my wife.
Is it supposed to be a full-time job?
It doesn't pay a full-time salary.
I'm sure it doesn't.
It's right funny. I'll tell this. It's when I got to be the mayor, my salary was cut in half from what it was when I was the fire chief. And they took away my new car to drive, and I'm driving an old police car. It's got about 150,000 miles on it.
Public service.
That's right.
It's public
That's
service.
right.
It's not for me.
That's right. That's
But
right.
it brings up a good point, because some people go into that field looking to be, the hero or get the title, and not realize what everything comes with that to do the job.
It's like I say, it's not about the title. When I was the fire chief, I would never ask anybody that worked for me to do anything that I wasn't out there doing with them.
Absolutely.
Right. So how long do you think you'll do this, being the mayor?
Well, I have two years now, and I'm telling everybody I'm running again in 2 years.
All right.
Good.
And so we'll
Good.
see.
Yeah, you can't get it all done in 2 years.
That's right.
It's,
No, but that's what my wife keeps telling me too.
Yeah. Well, I've heard a lot of great things about you. So
Thank you.
what would be your long-term, like 10 years from now, what do you hope to see has been accomplished, realistically?
Well, I'd like to see Honea Path be a population of about 7,000 or 8,000. I think that'd be a good size, small city. I'd like for us to have adequate health care, and I want to have controlled growth. I don't see houses
Right.
stacked, and I don't see that. We want to maintain the character that we have now, but we want to grow within that. So that's where I'd like to see us in 10 years.
Yeah, that's good. What do you do in your spare time?
Well,
There's got to be
you
more
have
than
hobbies?
just these
Uh,
things. What-
hobbies. Well, we're in town. We're in the city limits, and we have large tract of land that we built our house on, and I like taking care of that property when I have a chance. I do a lot of bush hogging. Love riding the tractor and get on there and nobody calling and bother me. And so I like that. As far as hobbies, I like sports. Love Clemson sports. Used to didn't think that they could play without me being there, and that would make the difference to place. But as I've gotten older, I've decided it's a whole lot easier to sit at home, watch it on TV, and I can be warm when it's cold, or cool when it's hot, and dry when it's wet.
There you go.
Don't have to put up with the crowd leaving, and But I still enjoy that. I like to keep up with BHP, which they're doing very well this year.
Very well.
And that's I don't have a lot of spare time. I guess being the mayor is my hobby now.
That's right. That's right.
All right, we're going to take a quick time out. When we come back and get ready for this, we always have recommendations from our guests of something in the entertainment realm, something they can watch, a movie, a book, something that you can recommend along those lines, TV show, whatever, and then food. A restaurant or such, local, and maybe a possible dish at that restaurant. So when we come back, we'll ask for your recommendations. You're listening to The Boone Show or watching it. We're on MyPulse Radio and YouTube. We'll be right back. That's Danica's other show, Unhinged, Mondays at 1.
Oh.
There you go. You can catch Danica twice a week.
Twice
on
a
the station.
week.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else you can catch twice a week. I think she's the only one with 2 shows. So there you go. All right, recommendation time. We're putting them on the spot. The mayor of Honea recommends what as far as entertainment these days?
All right, entertainment, TV. The best series you can watch on Wednesday nights, all the Chicago series.
Yeah.
It gets everything I
Chicago.
do. Yeah, so it gets everything I can do. It's very entertaining. We'll recommend that for anybody.
Now, when you watch shows like Chicago Fire, is that realistic?
No.
That's what I thought. Is there any show or movie that is realistic that you've seen of, what firefighters
Like
face?
House, right? Have you seen House?
Well, that's
Yes.
not a
The doctor
firefighter.
Yeah.
That should be real to me. And I know
That-
it's not. You're probably going to tell me it's not.
It's not. But
See?
They always said it was
But
lupus.
my wife gets on the mix. I sit down, especially on Chicago Fire. I sit down and critique it. I say, that's not what to do. But I tell her, a building like that burning in Chicago, they'd have 120 firefighters.
That's
on
true.
scene.
That's right. That's right.
but it's just entertainment. You got to take it to that.
That's right.
Has there ever been? I mean, there's a lot of fire shows. Are there any that stick out to you that have?
Well, the movie, I think one of the best movies they ever made was Ladder 49.
Okay. Yeah.
That was real good. John Travolta. And
What is it? Backflash.
Backdraft.
If you go back
was
to
a
that,
great
that's
movie.
getting back in the day
Yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah.
back in the
But
day.
That was a great movie.
That's a great movie too. It had a good theme to it, and so
All right.
yeah.
But I just wondered that with you being a fire chief, if you could recommend
And the medical
any good
shows,
fire-
I sit down and critique anyway.
My
so.
goodness. Medical shows, The Pit, I really like that. Have you seen that?
Yes. Yeah, we
Was
watched
that realistic?
That's in some ways it is. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they did a complete shift in
Yeah,
hours.
and that's interesting the way they do
yeah,
that.
yeah. So,
Coverage through the ER.
but all right. So the final recommendation is food, a restaurant or such. What do you have for us?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna plug all our restaurants in
Heck
Honea
yeah.
Bath.
There you
We
go.
have some good ones, and if you get a taco salad down at Town Cafe, have good cheeseburgers, and then if you jump over to Grace's downtown, they have good sandwiches, club sandwiches.
Club sandwiches.
They have real good club sandwiches, and also other food like cheeseburgers and all that's real good there. And then if you go on down the street there to Chadwick's, they have a lot of home cooking, meat and three every day, and big crowd there on Sunday. Their food's always good. And if you look on down, they have the Sakura, which is Japanese, and we have another Japanese hibachi type cooking there in town. It's good. And then we have a Chinese restaurant there in town, and they're all good.
Oh, that's good.
That's very
So
good.
lot of good
we'll
places
plug them
to eat.
all.
There
That's
you go.
right.
All right. Well, that's it. It's a wrap. So thank you, Doc, Fire Chief, Mayor, Jimmy Smith. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank y'all for having me.
All right. He is the mayor of Honea Path. Visit Honea Path. See all these things he's talking about going on. Take a drive down there. You won't be disappointed. Our next live show comes up in a couple of weeks, October 21st. So we'll talk to you then. Meanwhile, catch the podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks to Holly and Danica. I'm John Boone. Thanks for listening and watching The Boone Show.